podcast, episode number, I think 4. Are we up to 4? We're up to 4. Matt's got
Episode 4, A New Hope.
No, we've been there.
So episode 4, A New Matt.
A new Matt. Oh no!
Oh,
hey.
that works!
Well, that works so well. What he's referring to is the fact that I had with my Wi-Fi, our gender reveal with my Wi-Fi.
Your Wi-Fi.
We had a gender reveal, and we are having a baby boy. So yes, episode 4.
Yes.
A new Matt. He's gonna be a gamer, bro.
Oh, it's gonna be.
He's gonna be a lot of things.
Matt, Uncle Clint, Uncle Langs. Oh man, it has no hope. So, like I said this, right? Like I said, I think we had this conversation before. Yeah, I think we had this conversation. But like, what if the first game it wants to play is League? Like, I think you've gone through this whole time, right? Of trying to keep him away from League of Legends. Yeah, you're just like, hey man, like books are really good. Like read a book, and they're just like, cool. And they're just like, Dad, I finally want to play my first video game. And you're like, oh, that's awesome. What is it? In League of Legends.
Please be Minecraft. Please be Minecraft. Please be Minecraft. You want to what?
You want to what? And then like just call Stovey up.
Hey, you know you're a teacher and all. Can you
can you not?
Can you? I was thinking about getting someone to tutor.
Kid, please. Yeah.
I'll pay you in not much I can pay Stovey in aside from cash. So yes, no, that's happening. That's I'm excited, man. The funny thing, everyone yesterday was like, "Oh, did you think it was gonna be a boy or a girl?" I'm like, there's 2 times in my life in the last probably 5 years, and I've had a feeling at the gut, like a gut feeling, right? The first one was when we came to look at this house. I took 3 steps down the driveway, and I instantly knew this was the house we were going to buy. Didn't matter. Nothing else mattered after that point. My entire mind, everything was just at ease. The second time,
like, this is it.
Yep. Second time, I got the exact same feeling. Was when Ash said she was pregnant. I'm like, yep, we're having a boy, straight up. And I've literally never even. It's never even been a secondary thought. And then when we popped the balloon yesterday, it was just like, yeah. Well, everyone's like, oh my god. I'm like, yeah, I kind of.
I knew it, man. I knew it.
Yeah. I'd say that if I ever get that feeling about like Tats Lotto or something, like I'll let you know. Yeah. It's such a strange. It's like a sense of calm. It's the most bizarre thing. Just everything's just like at ease, and you're like, yep, this is what it is, and it's super weird.
It's so good, man. I'm excited for you. I really am. Like I said, I've been happy the entire time for you guys. I had this biggest smile.
Yeah,
I found out, and I was just, it's just cool. It's just the next stage of our lives, I guess. You know, like it's all.
We're getting to the pointy end of all that sort of stuff now. Into the late 20s,
the
early
next
30s.
chapter.
Literally the next chapter, yeah. The next generation of gamers.
Like, I don't know. Did your like mindset ever change for children? Like, cause like mine, I always knew that I wanted kids. Even when I was like a teenager, I was just like, yeah, but one day I want kids, right? But like, I know people.
I think I was like,
yeah.
I'll be honest. I was probably in the far don't want to have kids category for a very long time, and I mean, I guess it's just that instinct that kicks in late in your 20s, early in your 30s. Like we got in the house, we got married, we've done all, we ticked all the boxes, all the socially acceptable boxes of things for people our age to be doing. And then I think because we'd sort of achieved that sort of stuff, it was just like, okay, now's a good time to do it. And I think I don't think I ever said it out loud, but I think I'd always thought that if ever I was to have kids, I would want to do it once I was somewhat settled in terms of like, not so much in terms of like work and that sort of stuff, but in terms of like just in myself and, you know, who I am, where I am, what I want to do, where I want to be, blah, blah, that sort of stuff. And I reckon the last 2 or 3 years, I've sort of come to that point, which has been, it's been relieving. It's like a relief of sorts. But now it's just, that's the easy part. I think the easy part is actually is coming to the realization. The hard part is actually getting to those goals, which is obviously what we're working on. Welcome to the Maccast.
Yeah.
which is why we're back here again, really. Like, we procrastinated for 2 years for this, and now we're back here again. Like, timing, man. You said, I saw your tweet the other day, you had a cold shower. I'm like, yo, I haven't had a cold shower for ages. I'm going to have a cold shower. That's what I'm doing after the podcast. It's super early, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm still gonna crack into it.
I was just no, the other this week's been pretty full on for me in terms of
Yeah.
work, and it's only getting more full on because we have 3 weeks before Christmas,
Yep.
and and at my work we need to get 4 machines done. Like I need to get all my mechanical stuff basically done, and
kidding.
I was like, yeah, I'm working back each night now at the moment,
Just a bit OT.
and yeah, a bit OT. I basically said that I don't mind staying back, but I want my weekends free, so because I can do this, this sort of stuff. And they're fine with that.
Yeah, of
But
course.
yeah, just to be able to like, I was Wednesday came in and I was just like, I'm dead. Like I am just, and I was just like, you know what? Like it's somewhat warm in the morning. It's been warm in the mornings,
It's
and
nice,
I just went like, screw it. Sort of had like a not like full on cold shower, but like just on the cold side of a shower, and I was just like, dude, like instantly just went like, oh fuck, like
sharpened you
I'm
up,
awake, I'm good,
not much does
revitalized,
it,
dude. Yeah,
like that, or a cold plunge in like a ice cold swimming pool. That'll
oh
like,
man, ice baths are honestly probably some of the fucking best shit invented in my opinion.
Underrated.
They are so good,
underrated.
Yeah, and then going into
that would
like
have less stress.
Oh, bro, and then going into like a warm thing after, like, I never understood what an ice bath does, but now I get it.
Yeah,
like it's really good for muscles and everything. Like it's if you've never done one, do one because it's fucking it's good.
Yeah, even just give yourself a chat in the shower, just for like, there was a point there where I'd have my shower, wash and clean, all that sort of stuff, and then I would turn the hot completely off. Like literally just rip the hot off.
Yeah.
And I would just stand there and literally just bear it as long as I could bear it. And I think the most I ever got to, I think when I first started was like 5 seconds. I was like, fuck this, I'm out, go. Chuck a towel and holy crap, why'd I do that for? But yeah, towards the end, like I haven't done it for ages, but towards the end I was getting up to like 40 seconds to a minute, and it's breathing. Breathing is huge.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it actually makes you control
that initial shock. You're like, oh crap. But if you can control that and just force yourself to breathe, it's not that difficult because your body just does what it's meant to do. It's really cool.
Yeah, it just reacts.
There's a lot of good science behind it as well. But I don't think either of us are very well versed in all that stuff. But I'm sure there's other podcasts for that sort of stuff. But anyway, how have you gone this week on the old iRacing? I wanted to do it this week, but I just didn't have time.
Slothy's gotten into it.
Yes, I did say that.
He is hitting it hard, man. And also being frustrated. I've never seen him more frustrated at a game. Really? A simulator.
Okay.
But the frustration is from himself. It's not like, I mean, there was a bit of frustration where I guess racecraft is a thing, obviously, and I reckon he's in an ELO from hell right now. We're trying to get him out of an ELO from hell because he's basically in the rookie category at the moment, obviously, and at the bottom of the barrel. Because obviously that's where he's starting, right?
Yeah.
But he's pushed through it all, and he got his first podium yesterday.
Did he really?
And oh man, he came third. Yeah,
yes,
and
let's go.
He was stoked. Like I've
so
never
chuffed.
Oh, he was like, dude, I've never heard him so pumped either. It was great.
Oh yeah.
So no, we've been at Laguna Seca this past week in the MX-5s. I think I'm going to still use the Ferrari, but I don't think I'm going to really focus on the Ferrari just yet. I think there's still a bit more to do in MX-5s. And with a complete new season happening or starting next week.
Yeah, right.
Which runs for 13 weeks. I kind of want to just make sure that I kind of do well in the MX-5s.
Just main that for a while.
Yeah. I mean, like it's it. Like you don't just. I mean, what racing career have you ever seen someone just be like in half a year just go, I've got my D license now, boys. I'm going to Ferraris. It doesn't work that way. So yeah, it's gonna take a while to get there. But I mean, MX-5s as well. Like, just in terms of statistic wise, it sort of ties into the stream part of it, I guess.
Yeah.
In the last 3 streams that I've done for iRacing, I've had the best followage I've had in 3 months.
You're kidding me?
No, I'm not even kidding. I've gained 20 followers
Holy crap.
In the last 3 streams. So it's over, so basically 3 days in a week that I've streamed, and I've made 20 followers, and they've spoken.
Yeah.
So
actually engaged.
Like, and you actually, I'm watching it now, just statistic wise. Like, obviously, don't get caught up in stats. If you guys are streaming, I've done it before. Do not do it. But
yeah.
Just have it in the back of your mind. But literally, the graph is it sort of did this. Like, if you guys can't see, obviously, it literally started to like slope up, and now it's sort of on that ramp. Like, it's actually the statistic wise of it's going like this again, which is crazy to me.
That's great.
It's crazy to me.
Well,
but yeah, and
it's something we touched on, man. Something we touched on, well, like a couple of weeks ago off podcast, regarding like new strategies, I guess, which we won't say too much about because it's gonna be. I'm excited for it. Anyway, but in terms of the audience that you've had, or that you've got on Twitch, generally speaking, have come from Destiny, and we touched on the fact that going more into iRacing is going to.
It's basically starting again.
Yeah, you're starting from scratch, more or less. You've got your regs that come through.
Got my
happy to watch you just play games and chat and whatever. But I've even noticed as well. You've started to pull a few new people that are on iRacing, which I think is awesome.
Yeah, and the other thing as well is that they're also gamers.
Yes,
I like there are some obviously that you always get that are like, bang, iRacing, I live racing, motorsport, blah 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 blah. Yeah. But then you got to think as well that in IRL, right? Most racing people don't know that iRacing exists.
Yep.
Because they're not gamers. No. Like that's the thing, right? So the people, the ones that are becoming the regulars now are actually like, oh, I'm just gonna go play some Halo. Like I'm like, what? Wait, what? You play Halo? Like it's like, yeah, man. I'm just like, what they're doing, like watching, I guess, me and other iRacing streamers is they're living it through us because like they're one in particular they like street racing or they've done all that growing up, right? But they've just never had the budget or anything to be able to get into even just simulator racing, right? So they just said like, no, like I'm happy to help you, and I think as well that like I guess I've always tried to take on board what people say, and especially in racing, you can't like there's always going to be someone better in racing. Yep. It's literally the one sport in my opinion where I've just gone like, yeah, there will always be someone better. Like,
yes. I mean, at risk of copying a barrage from Ali, to quote one of our favorite movies, there's always a bigger fish. It's always a bigger fish. So
there's always a bigger fish.
That's goes with a lot of things, and racing is one of them.
Racing is one of them, and if you don't, look at that fast guy and go, okay, what is he doing that I'm not doing?
Yeah.
How do you learn? Like, it's a massive issue, I guess, these days. Is people just see someone better than them and just go, I can't do it. Yeah, and I think that mentality has carried over, even with some of the people that we play with. Like they just give up. They just say, he's better than me.
Man, I mean, I've done it myself. 100%.
Yeah, everyone has done it.
Yeah, at some point you're just like, wow, that guy.
Everyone,
and it's
League of Legends.
Prime example.
Prime example.
Yeah.
You like, literally just
it's such a skill gap. It's such a skill gap. Yeah. And it's like, wow, to get from here
he's just better
to there. Yes, he's just better, but he's obviously probably got a lot more time in the game. So you got to respect that. But at the same time, you can't be harsh into yourself because it's like, well, if he's had the time to do that, good for him. I haven't, so I have to stay in my lane, I guess is the best way to put it. But
there's also like, look at the positives, right? Yeah, he may absolutely like completely thrashed you in lane, right?
Yeah.
But you only died 3 times. Like that sort of thing. Like, how do you put a positive spin on it and then just go, you know what, man? That's like a plat 4 that I just burst.
Yeah.
And I only died like X amount of times. And, at some points I was winning lane or my CS was better than his or like whatever it was. If you take that positive away and then just incorporate that into like, go back and watch that VOD, even if you got shit on. I mean, I like that's the thing. the best way to learn, and this is like the thing I've been doing with Sloth now, because I'm basically been spotting for him in iRacing to show him a bit of lines when he can get on quicker. I'll do it with you as well.
Yeah,
it's just you get to that point where it's just like, I will let you drive basically to what extent you want, right? And then as soon as you start doing bad habits, that's when I'll go try this instead, right?
Yeah.
And then and this is the thing. It's either up to you to say fuck off, or say, can
The thing is,
okay, do I take that on board?
This is a big thing that a lot of I would say younger people don't do. I mean, even people our age and older and whatever. But
yeah,
it's constructive criticism. Taking it is one thing.
Yeah.
I mean, giving it is one thing, but actually taking it is probably the harder part of the two. And because you have to put aside your ego.
Just relax. Yeah, relax your ego, man.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's the hardest part.
Yeah. And if you don't do that, you're not gonna progress, you're not gonna get anywhere. It's simple. It literally, like, there's no two ways about it. You can't.
No. Yeah.
So no,
I'm that's it. At the end of the day, most people, even though they deliver it sometimes wrong, are just trying to help you, right? That's
exactly.
And that's what I said to Sloth. Like he comes to me and says, "Oh, am I in the wrong here?" Or like he showed me a crash, like what happened, right?
Yeah.
And I'll try to just run it through him. And I said, look, there's no right or wrong answer here, right?
Yeah.
In hindsight, this is what you could have done, but this is not saying that it's right, because it could have gone. If I said to him, no, you should have done this, and the next time he does it and crashes out again, he's gonna go, well, why the fuck did you say me to, like, why'd you tell me to do that? And it's just like, well, that's like, I can't.
There's a lot of gray areas and that stuff. Exactly.
There's a lot of gray. Yeah. In the moment, I can't like foresee that shit happening. Right. All I can say to you is just like, there's a car on your left, stay on your right, stay on your right. Like stay your line, stay your line.
What's interesting about that is you'll find probably across most industries, the people that in a high pressure situation, let's say, God help me, Lewis Hamilton, the difference between, and obviously we're comparing like chalk and cheese, someone in the prime of their racing career and compared to you or Slothy or whatever. One of the key differences is his ability to make the best possible decision in a really intense moment. And unless you're doing that all the time, I mean, obviously he's been doing it his whole life, but that's what separates, I think, a lot lot of good drivers from great drivers.
Yeah, for sure. But it's also, it's just race experience. Like I honestly, I don't know if you watched Slothy at the beginning of like the week. I don't know if he was streaming it, but if you look at his racing lines now, you would have gone like, in a week, man, the improvement.
Yeah.
He's taken 7 seconds off his time in a week.
Yeah, that's good.
He's chunking it. And now I'm just saying, like, it's tense, man. It's tense a corner that you're losing out on. And this is how you need to do it. This is what you're doing wrong. This is what we need to improve on. This is what you need to do now.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as he came third, I went like, yeah, that's well done, Slothy. Like, give him the praise. And then I said, all right, into the workshop. And then literally just showed him, like, this is what you need to do. You tidy up here. Like, you're not doing it tidy enough.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
Laguna Seca?
and that, yeah, all Laguna Seca, yeah.
Oh, baptism of fire! Holy fuck.
Yeah. No, exactly. It's a tough track, and the fact that he got a podium is unreal.
That's so good.
Yeah, and it was like he was under pressure. He for probably the first 4 laps, fourth. So he got up. He started in third. He dropped back down to fourth. He got like the move he did on for third, man, was unreal. Like. Yeah. Oh, bro! Like I was just like, okay. I'm
so sad I missed that.
And then so he did the overtake, and then even that I scrutinized after. I said, do this, because he actually could have caused an accident if the other guy wasn't, being aware. Yeah. And he said, yeah, no, that's fair, that makes sense. Blah 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 blah. And then so I guess it's probably the way that I've been taught as well. I didn't get much. I got praise from Dad. Don't get me, like 100%. Dad and Mum were the most supportive people, and are the most supportive people when it comes to racing.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been in my chat saying like, "Well done, that's awesome," and sick to see. Yeah. And Dad calls me every night now. I watch the VOD back, and like he's loving it.
Really?
So he watches he watches it back. And that's really good. But like I had mentors as well through my karting career.
Yeah.
And I remember that I will never forget it. I won the junior showdown, which is a massive, like there's over 200 carts, 200 drivers that rock up to Mount Gambier and do it. And I won my category, right?
Yeah, that's
I won the race, and it was a nuts finish too, because the first place person, I was in second. First place person made a mistake. She made a mistake and went off the track. which gave me enough momentum, and I got a bump draft from third, and we pushed each other up the straight, and the guy behind me came second, and she came third, right?
Yeah, right.
And that was the last lap. So all I had to do was keep lines tidy, block, blah blah blah, and like there's footage of dad like yelling on, yeah, we won. Oh, I come back in, I'm like screaming and stuff. My mentor's just like, right, we've got another race to do. No praise, no nothing, just like
straight up bang, let's go.
Like, yeah, we got to go again. Yeah,
don't let it go to your head. Just
it was unreal. Yeah, yeah.
Tight,
and then like, and there was another one as well in Broken Hill where like same thing. I qualified like first, and he came back in and he said, "Why did you show your pace?"
Oh, really?
Like that? Yeah. He legitimately said, "Why did you like?" It was a sorry, just before qualifying, there was a practice session, and he said, "If anyone catches you or you catch someone, you come in." And I'm like, okay. And I didn't. I overtook a guy, and then I got yelled at. I got screamed at.
Yeah, no shit.
And he came in and he was just like, "Why did you show your pace?"
Yeah.
Why'd you do it? Because and then from that, I was just like, at that time, I was like, why are you being a dickhead, right? I was 16. Like I just wanted to, and he said, like, you were in their heads.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like you can the back marker. I was saying to Sloth yesterday. If you went up in a practice session, go up to someone that's 3 seconds slower than you and just stay on the back of them. And he's like, and then Stovey was in the call and he's like, no, don't do that, because I do that to Stove all the time. And all I do is just wait for Stove to make a mistake, because because it's called rear view driving, right? So if you look at, you're not looking in front of you, you're looking behind you, right?
Correct.
So if I just stay there behind someone long enough, they're just going to go eventually, like they're going to make a mistake.
100%.
Yeah. And then as soon as you look behind you, and they're just going to go, oh shit, there's a person there. And then they're going to go into a corner at some point and go, oh crap, I missed my brake marker because I was looking at the guy behind me. And that's when you just like, got him. Like, it's the easiest overtake you'll ever do
in real life.
Yeah.
I've literally seen you do that in real life.
Yeah. Just get in their heads. Yeah. And that's it. It's the whole like chess game between you and a driver. Like the cars are just literally the thing that we use, right? It could be anything.
The cars in a lot of ways are the constant, like are the common denominator between everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, obviously there's a lot of factors, but
yeah, but the driver is like,
and especially in iRacing, man, because you don't, like in obviously live motorsports, real stuff. There is a lot of variation between cars in some instances. Like you look at the F1s, for example.
Set up everything. Yeah,
they're the same car, but the differences in times is just amazing, and it shows.
Yes.
In iRacing, is that I actually don't know, but is that relatively constant?
Baseline. So rookie classes baseline is like constant. Yeah. So it's literally up to the driver. It's up. There's no setup that you can do.
So in that scenario, the psychology of it is definitely in play, because you have to outdrive someone to beat them, because the cars are the same. Which that's awesome. I like that. I really like that.
Yeah. This is why MX5 is probably one of the most entertaining classes to watch on stream.
Yeah.
Because of that. Like I don't have to worry about setting up my car, being quicker than that guy, and that's the thing. Like I think it will always be a category that I come back to, even if eventually I do get to GT3s. Because of that, I like the racing in that class.
Yeah,
like it's unbelievably good and super close. It's close racing, and it's I think that no one wants to watch someone just drive off 7 seconds up the road, right? That's just
of course,
But I mean, there are other categories, don't get me wrong, like GT3s are very popular and they're close racing, because it's just all that changes is how quick you go around the track. The car itself doesn't like really, it's like, it's a bit more downforce or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But the actual racemanship of it all, it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. And it all incorporates over, like, you know, your braking markers on that track. Just incorporate it a little bit for the car that you're driving, and then you're fine. Which is why I think MX5's how they've set iRacing up is perfect, because iRacing is where you learn to race, learn how to set up and how to do all the small little things and all that sort of stuff. And then you take that knowledge and you go into a faster car. You take that knowledge and go into a faster car, and that's exactly real. That's real life. That's as close to real life as you'll get.
Yeah, exactly right.
So good. No, it's been awesome. I'm super keen to get you on it. It's going to be great. It's honestly great. I'm surprised.
Settled, so I'm actually ridiculously keen to try it out.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be. I can't wait. Yeah, it's
Time
it's
my
so
list.
it's so good. It's so good that Sloth just went. You know what? Fuck it, and then just went about and bought like a steering wheel. Shit.
Yeah, I saw that, man. I got home.
Yeah.
That was literally Monday night. I got home and I jumped in Discord because I saw he was just chilling. I was like, "Hey man, how you doing?" He's like, "I just bought a rig." I'm like, "What? What do you mean?" And he's like, "Oh, check your DMs." He sent me a photo. I'm like, "Holy shit,
Yeah.
it's perfect. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah,
I
it
really
is.
like it."
Yeah. Yep.
My only concern is with the wheelie chair.
Dwylow's looking into it as well.
Is he?
So,
Yeah, I think Dwyer did really well, man.
Yeah, he's waiting for Christmas, he said. So he's gonna see how much of the old Chrissy money he gets.
Hell yeah, that's so cool.
No, it's good. I'm glad that people are sort of seeing it and going, man, I wish I could do that, and actually doing it. You know.
Well, the barrier for entry for that now is so much lower. Like you can pick up even just the Logitech stuff that I've got. Like you can pick that up for $350, which I know it's. I guess that's almost a console price or half of, but if you've already got the PC and all the gear and that gear, like it's not really much more of an expense to get into it. I mean, you're not buying. It's not like buying a game for $80 and just playing it straight away with everything you've got. But if you're interested in that kind of used compared to what it used to be, you have to have like a full sim.
You just had to have a sim, basically.
Yeah,
full rig.
You couldn't do without it.
They've just
it's good now.
They're really. It is good. Yeah,
a lot of different other new consumer products are making that easier. I am keen to watch and also race in iRacing, but to watch Bathurst today.
I'm gonna have it on. I'm gonna have it on in the old Discord today. So
nice.
It'd be good. Man, it's gonna be good. We're obviously talking about results because we don't know the future next week. But man, Bathurst. I haven't honestly. A confession. I haven't actually watched V8s. 2 years.
Yeah, well,
I think the last Bathurst was when I watched Bathurst. It's just I
think the last did they even run it last year?
Oh no, they didn't have one last year.
They went to sim. They went to IRACING.
Yeah,
funnily enough.
They had. No, that's right. Shit, they didn't.
So it's been a long time since the V8s have actually raced.
And there's a crowd which is unreal to see again.
Thank God.
I know it's obviously only like I think 10,000 people. Yeah. But God, it makes a difference, man. I just. I mean, I know what's happening in the world at the moment as well. If you're living on a rock, but it's just, God, the crowds just make so much better.
It lifts the intensity, it lifts the emotion. It's just good. We need more crowds.
Yeah, but the shootout yesterday, I will say, was I was just saying before we started the podcast that it was one of the best shootouts I have seen in a while. Probably the last good shootout I reckon was I don't even know if that was good. But McLaughlin just did a blinder of a lap like in the last shootout that I remember watching. But this one was like we had mid-pack guys doing times that they shouldn't have been doing. Like in the top 10, you know? So it's from 4th to 7th, there were people just doing unreal. And it was like faster again. Like they were all just, and I was just like, man, that is like, I haven't seen that in so long. It's just always been like, it's sort of the order that they sort of qualified in the day before. The shootout never really changed, but this was, everyone was just changing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, do you think, I mean, I know shootout's the one thing where everybody just goes hell for leather. You just put in your best time, the best you can do. Do you think there's surely there'd be some strategy behind that as well? Like how often would love to see the statistic of how many people have qualified first for the big race and either one, not finished it, or two, crashed out. Like I'd love to see how many people who qualified first, start first on the grid and actually finish first. I don't think it'd be many.
It's not many.
It would almost be, and I know a lot of drivers have got like superstitions and stuff like that, but I have a feeling like actually qualifying first would be almost more of a curse than a gift.
Well, I mean, funny you say that. Like I was just thinking about it. Like Reynolds, so he won a couple of years ago now, and the next year he was coming back to defend the title.
Yeah, and
he didn't start the race because he had a panic attack because of the pressure of having to defend the title. Yeah, he actually he started the race, but then he felt sick. Like he legitimately felt sick.
Yeah.
And it was just anxiety. He had an absolute massive meltdown at Bathurst that he just couldn't. Yeah, he had to retire the car.
That sucks.
Just couldn't. But yeah, it is. It's, I mean, 161 laps in anything you do is
it'd be torture. It would be torture.
You know what I find like really astounding. After 161 laps, there's always generally 2 cars left racing, like at side by side. For the finish line. That's what I find unreal about that entire thing. There's not one just like 10 seconds up the road, next one. You know, it always comes down to like 2 or 3 cars battling it out for the podium. And I just go like, how do you work that out? Like
across a 1,000-kilometer race.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
At the end of like 8 hours of racing.
That's so good.
Or 6 hours. 6 hours.
It's a genuine. That's a race. That's a real race.
That's crazy to me. That's unreal. Yeah, it's nuts.
I think that's probably one of my favorite formats is the Enduros.
Oh man, I love Enduros
for sure.
Yeah, it's even just the strategy behind it. Like,
there's strategy. There's the car. There's your own fitness. There's driver changes. There's so much stuff involved.
Yeah,
to win a race.
Yeah, I mean, like Winton. So on a small scale, 100%. But like Winton,
like at that level, it's the same level of excitement.
It's 2 hours. Yeah, it's 2 hours of racing.
It's awesome fun, man. It's one of my favorite times of year, and that's not happening this year, is it?
Nah, next year. Last minute.
Next year.
I'm hoping next year. I really am hoping.
We're going next year. There's no. It's happening. It's happening. I have to drive there and drive my own car around the circuit. I don't care.
Yeah, there's two tracks. There's 2 tracks I want to get back to. Is Winton and Eastern Creek. I really want to get back to Eastern Creek, but I know we've got a good car and we just can't do anything at the moment.
Just got to get the thing on track.
Yeah,
that's what you got to do.
Yeah,
easy said and done.
That's it.
So one of the things this week and even last week that I'm sure everybody would have been seeing around is, I mean, it's pretty obvious what's going on, like your Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales. This kind of leads into my rant, I guess, because with
Matt's rant segment, guys.
Here we go. Woo! Half an hour into the podcast, and I've got my rant coming up. That's good. Well, it does say on there. There's about half an hour of catching up for us to do there, which. Oh yeah, I knew it was going to be the case.
This is just to put in perspective. I haven't spoken to Matt since Monday, so that's how our week's been. So
yeah, it's been one of those weeks, hasn't it? But you know what? The main thing is we're back here sitting down for episode 4, and that makes me happy. That's good.
Yeah,
it's a weekend worth living. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, it's 2 days. It's 2 days, and what I found, and I'm sure everyone else has noticed, that there's multiple companies now, and originally it started with just Black Friday and then Cyber Monday, but now it's a whole Cyber Week, right? It's a whole week. Now for me with Quantum and things like that, you kind of have to sort of do what everyone else is doing, because otherwise, I mean, a lot of it gets lost in the noise, and unless you have something out there that's just so crazily out there, I just don't think you get the impact you used to get for advertising stuff like that in that period. Like everyone's just throwing shit down, man. Like unless you've got like something upwards of 40%. Yeah, everything, man. Yeah? Everything. The thing I think I like the most out of that is one company in particular does it really well, and I think that's Scorptech. Okay. The only company that does it really well. Everyone else, including ourselves, really, with Quantum, I think we went. We've got a whole new strategy we're putting into play, and this last month and a bit of the year, well, it's December now, so the last month of this year is kind of just running off our older strategies, which is just really basic stuff, and then for the new stuff coming through is going to be a whole lot different. But Scorptech literally do a sale for Black Friday and a sale for Cyber Monday. That's it. There's no other things. Everyone else is asking them, hey, when's this coming, and they don't care. They're social media and marketing people are amazing. They don't give a shit, man. They're just like, shut the hell up. It's Friday and it's Monday. If you're lucky, you might get a few extra little bonuses in between the Friday and the Monday, but it's not this 7-day, week-long bonanza of bullshit emails every day and all this sort of stuff. It just does my stack, man. And my inbox at the end of it all was just so overloaded. I just literally like scrolled down, shift-clicked it all, and just wiped it all because I was like, I really don't care at this point. Like, I've done all my Christmas shopping. I'm up to date with everything. I'm not going to go to my way and buy anything. The only thing I would have looked at buying was a sim.
Yep.
But I didn't really find what I wanted for the right price. So I was like, I'll leave it for now and I'll wait until the Boxing Day sales. Woohoo!
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty crazy, isn't it? Like we have a sale at the beginning of December, really, and then we have one like 26 days later, which then lasts basically to the end of January.
Yeah. Literally,
actually, I think well, it's like, it's actually, to be fair, it's like, yeah, you're right. It is like it's meant to be like a 3-day sale, isn't it? Boxing Day, 27th, 28th. It's like till New Year's, right? That's the idea.
Boxing Day sales. Yes,
yeah, it's
generally.
Yeah, like the main like, you know what's crazy to me as well is like the Sunday after the Boxing Day, like whenever that is, right? It's just the Sunday after is cheaper than Boxing Day.
Correct. Yeah, the New Year's.
That makes,
so you've got
like
Black Friday, Cyber Monday, pre-Christmas sales, which are basically the same thing as the Cyber Black Friday things. Straight after that, you got Boxing Day sales.
Yeah,
that goes to the end of the year. Then you've got New Year's sales. Then you've got going back to school sales, and then that's when sale season ends. It's like it's almost a month and a half. It's a month and a half of just getting smashed with stuff, man.
But it doesn't, because when the back to school happens, right? Then like fucking March sales happen, and then you got June sales that happen. Like it's like autumn sales and then winter sales. Winter sales obviously are better than autumn sales, but like I don't know. I mean, I understand in terms of like moving stock. Like that's all it's for. Because at the end of the day, it goes into a new season, so they move stock. That's their idea of it, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like why not just discount things? Like, I don't know. I would prefer a model, like in my opinion, sort of. It's gonna sound really stupid, but it's sort of the way that Steam does it, and I know they probably do it in stores and stuff like that as well. But like, my phone goes off probably regularly, like every, I don't know, 3 weeks, saying, "Hey, an item on your wish list is on sale."
Yes. And
then it just rotates. Hey, your item on your wish list is on sale. And it's like, yes, that probably does happen in retail. Like, obviously, if you guys work in retail and you're listening, then obviously we get that, right?
Yeah.
But like, surely you guys get sick of putting sale signs up, like, or a clearance rack. I feel bad
for the people at EB Games, man, that have to literally get the literal meme.
I did that once.
Sales. Yeah,
I did that once. And it started, man. I was just like, can we just put one sale sign? Like I literally, I remember. I mean, the joke, I still do it now. I go, whenever I'm out with Ellie and I see the EB Games and they got like sale. I'm like, hey, you reckon they have a sale on?
Yeah, same. She literally just giving me, dead stare now.
Yeah, she's like, shut up. You're like, this is 3 years old, this joke. Yeah.
They meme themselves, but I guess it works. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Because we're talking about it.
But yeah. But then the other thing I saw that's interesting, actually, just adding to your on here, but the other thing that I really fucking hate is when they put something on sale, but it wasn't on sale.
Oh man,
it's like,
don't even start me on that.
It's like they're like $29.99, right?
Yes.
And then you're just like, okay, cool, no worries. And then they put like on sale $29.99, and then I don't know if you've done it. You flip the ticket to see what the original price was, and it just says the same thing, and you're just like,
Coles. I do that at Coles all the time.
Dude. Yeah. Well, these are all,
It's like, it's 2 for $5.
Yeah.
It's 2 for $5. I was like, oh, okay, cool. That sounds like a good deal. Cool. Sweet. Ticket, regular price $2.50. So it was always 2 for $5. Now you're just telling me to buy 2 for $5.
But then I don't know how they work out the math. Like, saves 31 cents, and you're just like,
no, it doesn't.
How?
Oh, dickhead tax, right?
Yeah.
But we've got about tax. That. It's exactly. It was a pre-GST number. It's probably problematic. I think the last thing that happened was Savoy's, and I got really angry because I like Savoy's and dip. It's one of my favorite afternoon snacks or carrots or whatever. But we went to buy them, and it was literally that 2 for $5. And I was like, well, what? Why? I'll just buy one packet then. You idiots.
Yeah.
You tried to trick me and you failed. You failed.
Yeah.
The only people who didn't trick anyone was Scorptech. They do it well. They got their grumpy cat and their cool colors.
I don't know, man. I like just thinking about Quantum though. Is it? I mean, do you have to do the same as what other people are doing? Like, I don't know. Like,
not really, but people expect that something's going to happen, and a lot of people hold out.
No, I'm saying like, why not do just? It's 4 days, guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not just like it's going to be a week, because then I think to me that makes you stand out, because it's just like, holy shit, there is only 4 days that they're going to do it, right? And then like maybe at another point you might just go, okay, yeah, we'll push this stock, screw it, we'll get rid of it, right? So then just go, this is on sale, this one is on sale, right? To me, that like, I don't know, I don't know.
This, what did we do this year? Well, I sent a couple of emails out to our email subscribers. And that's the thing. We don't often send emails out. It's very, very rare. And I sent them out. And that's part of the thing of being on this email subscription. Oh my God, English. Email sub list was the part of being on the email sub list was that you get early access to stuff. So we released the email to people like a day early, so they could get this kind of day early. And then as for everyone else, we will be announced on the Friday and do that sort of stuff. I was happy with that.
Perfect.
But I think there's more. We will do next year's more to make the day in particular something a bit more to look forward to, as opposed to just everyone has a sale on, so whatever.
Okay.
Interesting what you said with Steam though. I like the thing with Steam is like it's a market, it's a store, right? You've got the store, but everybody has their own account. So if you've got a wish list, and this is what I think retailers don't do really well. Why would I subscribe to Big W or to Kmart and have a wish list, and then are they going to send me an email? Like, they don't do that. I mean, I honestly, I would happily subscribe to like a Kmart or whatever store, for example, email list or something along the lines, if they knew that I had a wish list of things that I was looking at getting, and then the same thing, you would go and buy that if it was on sale,
yeah.
And then for Kmart on the back end, that tells them, oh, okay, this
item's moving.
10,000 people with this particular item on the wish list. Let's put it on sale this week and see how many we can move.
Stock.
Correct. Imagine.
Oh man, yeah, I know.
Anyway,
I mean, there's no way they don't get enough data as it is, right? Like, there's no way that they don't get it.
I don't know whether it's a case of they don't. Yeah, you said they might get the data, but then what they actually do with the data, and I have a feeling there's a lot of, best way to put it, be like old school analysts that look at things and they're using metrics and calculations from a dinosaur age where catalogs were the best means of getting your message out there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
The only company now that does that is Aldi. They did good with that.
Data would probably just go to the investors. That's all it would do.
Yeah, I mean, like, the analysts would break it down and say, hey, this is how much this is selling. This is the bottom line figure. You made this much money. Move on.
Yep.
But yeah. Anyway, I don't like it. It's annoying because I don't like getting my inbox flooded. And at that time of the year, you just go like, oh, yep.
Oh, you know what I did the other day, bro? Okay, this is like, so we're just gonna
jam. We'll just
end
jam.
the run, end the run there, right?
Yeah.
But the actual, now we're gonna just do something more positive, right?
I like.
You know, the most satisfying thing that I did in the last week and a half.
Tell me.
Unsubscribe to emails.
Oh,
it is. That is like, if you guys are getting spam, I've been putting this up like the literal last 3 months. I've gone in the back of my head, right? Because my phone goes off all the fucking time at work, right? And obviously, I like to think that I don't check my phone that much until it's like, you know, lunch or whatever,
breaks and stuff.
Okay. But obviously, if it vibrates, you're gonna be like, oh, what the fuck's that? You know, because it could be urgent, right?
Correct.
Most of the time, it's my fucking email going off, right?
Yes.
So,
oh man.
So in the back of my head, I've gone, I need to do it. Like 3 weeks, 3 months so past. I need to do it, right? I literally did it I started last week, and I've actually started going through it all. And my God,
it's good.
Do I get less emails? Oh, bro, it's something about just going unsubscribe.
Bye.
It's just like the best thing.
And I quite like it because this is sort of swings back to catalogs, but with catalogs, you don't have a choice of what you get, right? Emails is just a digital catalog. If you don't know and you've been on a rock for the last 30 years, sorry to burst your bubble. It's a digital catalog. Now, the fact that you can unsubscribe to these sort of things is really good because that means you can tailor what you actually get. My biggest issue was in the last like 3 or 4 months, I haven't done a big unsub. So I've been getting things, I keep saying like, oh yeah, I got to unsubscribe from that. And I just delete it and forget about it. That's my problem. And then, it came around and it just got smashed and it was just a bad time. But anyway, it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, it's fun.
Have you played any League this week?
I have.
I've heard a lot of bad things, and I've heard very few positive things. What has Riot done, or what are Riot doing in the preseason of where are we at? What's this season 45 million?
I cry.
I know. So I'm gonna
cry.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume that ADCs are still like irrelevant.
Oh, ADCs don't exist. Yeah,
cool.
Whatever,
cool.
man.
So it's just 4v4.
In all honesty, like Stove and I have we've swapped roles. If you guys don't know, we do Clash now. And then Clash is just like a small little tournament they hold every couple of weeks on League, and we just like playing it.
I love getting behind that.
Yeah. We've actually missed it. It's on this weekend again, and we missed it last night. But I think we're gonna do it tonight. I don't know. We're gonna work it out. But anyway, that aside, preseason, yeah, it's bad. It's so bad. No, it's all right. It's I don't know. I don't know. It's a mix of emotions, as you just heard from my little thing there. But so they've implemented.
Okay, you said you and Stovey swap roles. What's the go there?
So I'm mid lane now, and he's ADC because I just can't deal with it. I literally cannot deal with it.
So he's playing down with Juz.
Yeah, and I'm mid. So I'm learning mid as well, right? But yeah, they've changed a couple of runes that are just I don't get why. Don't get why. The main one is they've literally given one 90% attack speed from the get-go. So you can be level 1 and get 90% attack speed.
Sorry?
Now, if you guys aren't familiar with League, attack speed's pretty fucking important.
Yeah.
And especially at level 1, the fact that you can basically max out your attack speed at level 1, those champs can't. They win. They win. And it also increases your range on a melee.
On melee?
Yeah, on melee.
So if you had a sword, it would be longer sword.
Yeah. So someone has now come back into meta and is now super toxic again, and is beating and is beating Yone. Yone can't beat Yas anymore.
Really? Because Yone was your kind of one of your go-tos for mid lane.
Yeah. Yone's he's busted too, but he still has this like he still has this like 3-item spike. Like he can still he does a lot better now at early game, but Yas is just I'm
glad he got buffed.
Me too.
I feel like he was getting lost,
this way. Yeah, same man. Yeah. Put it this way, I have said to Stove, I need to learn Yas.
Yeah.
So that's like, and he said, "Yeah, no, we do
have to ban it." You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, Yas is I can't believe what they've done. Yeah, I don't know what Riot are thinking. Know what they're thinking, but they've introduced 2 new dragons as well. There's a Hextech Dragon and a Chemtech Dragon. Right?
Oh wow.
If you guys don't know, that's obviously they've sort of tied it into Arcane, which is the Netflix series. If you guys haven't watched that, please fucking watch it. Matt hasn't watched it. I understand he's had a hard week and busy week, but like
I don't even watch TV, man.
But in all honesty, the only thing is that I will say, in your defense, once you start Arcane, you won't want to stop Arcane, and so you've got to probably put aside a day.
Yeah, a day.
Yeah.
Oh shit! All right, I still got to clean the house. The baby.
Yeah, no. I'm not even kidding, because I don't understand how people have stopped. People have stopped on like episode 5, and I'm like,
why?
Episode 5, there's a lot of shit that happens in episode 5. How do you not want to know what happens in episode 6?
Yeah.
Like it just keeps going like that. So you always want to know what happens next, right? But the way that it's cool though, the way that Arcane is split into, it's got 3 parts. So 3 episodes is part 1, 3 episodes is part 2, 3 episodes is part 3. That's how they've done it. We're perfect.
That's
really
cool.
Perfect. So yeah, there's 3 acts essentially.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to League. So yeah, they've added 2 new dragons. So one's the Hextech Dragon. Which is yep. Basically, it transforms the map if it becomes the second dragon that's killed, right? Transform the map into having portals from your base into your jungle, and then from your jungle into objectives. So there's one that goes into the Baron Pit, and there's also one that goes into the Dragon Pit.
What?
Yeah, on each side of the map. Right, you can stop people from going. You can stop people from going through them by like obviously attacking them, but like, I don't like that. The other one, the Chem Tank one, puts so around red buff, blue buff on each side of the map, it puts around like this toxic cloud, and you go invisible.
What? Yeah, there's already too much invisible shit in that game, like a Shaco that you can solo kill every single player on another team and just stroll.
You place a control ward in there, and you still can't see them. You still can't see them. Like, it's unreal. Anyway, but then and then obviously if you get the soul of the Hextech, sorry, you get static shiv.
Is that an item or a buff?
It was basically used to be an item, but static shiv used to just chain lightning to, between enemies as you hit them. That's the soul. But not only does it do that, it slows them by like 80% or something stupid like that. So it slows them, so you catch them. Yeah. And then the Chem Tech one, basically everyone becomes Scion and dies and revives for a split amount of time and then dies. So they made a zombie dragon. They made a zombie
dragon that you kill and okay.
That's that stuff.
I mean,
so that's that. What they have implemented that isn't too bad, but kind of a weird catch-up mechanic is now. So say for instance, like your team falls really behind in gold.
Yeah.
At about 15-minute mark, if that happens, objectives now become bounties as well as champs.
Okay.
So for instance, it's like highlighted for each team. No, so it's not red buff. It's like Rift Herald or a tower, etc. Dragon, like whatever, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So and you can get up. So this is the kind of the busted thing. Is like a Rift Herald can be worth, like, depending on how much gold you're behind, like 500 gold.
Right. That's huge.
So it's massive game changing. It sort of claws the team that's losing back into the game, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know how I feel about that system. It's not bad. It just means the games go for longer. If you do want to like climb back in. And there has been scenarios where we have won based on us just taking objectives, because across the board, if you actually literally take like all 4 objectives, you end up with like basically an item.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty crazy if you haven't taken any T1 towers and a rift or a dragon. If you take every single one of those objectives, because the bounties don't reset. Once they're highlighted, they're highlighted.
Okay.
Right? And then it sort of happens again. So if you fall too far behind, the next bounties happen. And then so that's tier 2 towers and inhibitors. It's really weird, the system, but I get it.
Do you think that's a response to, because obviously they've got all the data from back into how many games get forfeited at 15 minutes, all that sort of stuff. Do you think that's a mechanic to help games go longer?
I don't know. No, it is 100%. I think it's also part of the, like, for pros to sort of, I think the idea is to, if you guys haven't watched ever like a pro series of League, right? The general consensus is it's like, obviously it doesn't play anything at all to how anyone here plays, because they have their own comps, etc. They also want, if they want something, they'll take it. Like, they will literally go, we want to set up for this, we'll set up for it, we'll take it. Right? So it could be a tower or whatever. I think what these ideas of bounties is to create more skirmishes. So like, you know, you might see a 2v2 rather than a 5v5, or you might see a 3v1, and the 1v1 sort of thing around this objective might happen more, because that has highlights. And it is very worth getting that bounty.
Oh, absolutely. For 500 gold or whatever it may be, that's...
Yeah. So I think that's the idea. It's become a... they want teams to roam, not stay in lanes. That, I think, as that's the spectator sport, right? They want to see that more, the fights happening around the map rather than in lanes. Like, they want it to move. I think that's the idea of it. And also give the opportunity for that team to come back, and that's a storyline in itself. Oh, they were down like 10k gold and they came back and won it. Like, that's you know, that, and it's a lot easier to do that. And
does that take away emphasis of action? Does that take away the excitement of a comeback, knowing that there's this mechanic in the game that previously a comeback, you had to be so good to come back. Like,
if you had like a 7k gold, if you had a 7k gold deficit, you'd just be like, oh, this game's over. But if they came back and won it, you'd be like, holy shit. And then they were only like, they were still like 2k gold down and they won.
Yeah.
Like, they just outplayed the other team. That's literally what it came down to. This one is sort of like
speed the process up.
Yeah, it is. It will. Yeah, but they can still deny. They can still deny and take. I don't know if the Rift gives them gold if they take it. Like, I'm not sure if that works that way, but definitely like towers you can't stop. But if you defend towers, then yeah,
for sure.
So, but yeah, it's an interesting season. A preseason is always a bit weird because the meta is just all over the place.
Yeah.
And people are just trying new things. But like, yeah, I mean, it's just tank meta right now. We're back in tank meta. ADCs can't do anything. They've introduced some broken ass items, like more busted than what we've had previously. Yeah, new items.
I didn't think that was possible, but here we are.
Oh yeah, no, they've made one where basically if you get a takedown within 3 seconds of using your ult is reduced cooldown by 25%.
Jesus.
Or like 15-25%. Yeah, I don't know.
And then so if you guys were talking about with Lux the other day, with Lux being Lux can busted AF.
Yeah, Lux could be busted. I haven't actually seen that on her yet, but I would be actually pretty gross. Yeah.
Would she get an ult like every 10 seconds or something?
Well, no, to be fair, okay, the one that's been busted lately is Nocturne. So Nocturne obviously shrouds the map in darkness and then like ults to someone, right?
Yeah.
He used that in a fight 3 times.
Oh shit. I was actually I was talking about playing Nocturne before I stopped playing for a bit.
Yeah.
Am I coming back?
I mean, he's not a top laner anymore. He's a jungler, but yeah, he can't top lane anymore. He can't. He can't do that. Well, he probably can in some aspects, but yeah, I mean, dude, that item is just busted on some people. Like,
I'm gonna have to
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Yeah. Zed's busted with his ult too. I saw
busted for a long time.
Yeah, Zed has been busted for a long time, and I don't think it will ever change.
Can you play Zed?
I can, but not very well.
Yeah, fair.
My LeBlanc's probably better than Zed, which is weird to say. So
that's interesting.
Yeah, I need to learn LeBlanc a bit better. Yeah, like I'm learning more mid stuff. That's sort of what I'm aiming this year to do, is more mid lane.
Yeah.
Because like Stove's better at scaling bot lane than I am. Because obviously that's what he plays. Like he can play anywhere, but he's a better ADC because that's where he's been, right?
Yeah. He's very technically sound. I enjoy watching him play.
Yeah, and Stove's a nice roster, like almost like identical in what we play. So if we need something to scale harder, I just take it mid. Like for the most broken ass champ right now is Jace. We call it
he's top laner or is he mid?
He's anywhere right now. He can play anywhere. He actually can play anywhere. Yeah, they changed the keystone actually on inspiration, and they replaced Omnistone. So the Omnistone was the one where like it would just randomly change like rune now and then, right? So they changed that to First Strike, and First Strike is disgusting. So so if you hit someone, if you hit a champ and initiate it, within 3 seconds. For 3 seconds, sorry, you do 10% more damage across the board.
Shit.
And you also, based on the damage that you have dealt to them, you receive gold.
Sorry, what?
Yeah. Okay. And it's on Jace because he can, like, he has 2 essential combos because he has a melee and a ranged part of him.
Yes.
The amount of damage he can output. I have a 100% win rate on him in mid.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Like, it's disgusting. Yeah, so, it's gross.
There you go.
And we call it the arcane buff. We call it the arcane buff because he was in arcane, and they've buffed every single. Not even kidding. Every single one of them that was in arcane.
I didn't watch it.
Busted. Busted. By Caitlyn, Jinx, Jace, Heimerdinger. They're all busted.
Heimerdinger in there. Oh, my guy. My guy.
Yeah. Heimerdinger's in there. He's busted. They're all busted.
He has no end game still, I hope. Okay, cool. Well, we're going to watch that. That's some of those things to do this week.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think I mean, Arcane. I really want to watch it, man. I need to watch that.
No,
so
yeah, we'll talk about Arcane when you
My goal is to have that done this week, and also Hawkeye, because I'd love to talk about Hawkeye. I have managed to steer clear of spoilers so far.
Yes,
I know it's Christmas themed, and I'm so excited.
It's great. It's the issues they deal with are fantastic as well. I think.
That's sick. And it's Christmas themed, isn't it?
It's good. Yeah, it's around Christmas time. It's really cool. It's really cool.
This is great.
Yeah. Is that James Gunn Guardians of the Galaxy thing's meant to happen as well at Christmas, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. We'll have to keep an eye on that
one. Yeah, because I think that's like a
Christmas special. Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special.
Yeah, I think he was doing something like that.
And I am Groot.
It was like it's gonna have Thor in it because it's meant to be like tied into the third Thor. The third Guardians. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we got to keep an eye on that. Maybe we'll do some research, find out some more info on that this week, and then we'll have a chat about it next week. That'll be the play, I reckon. But
I reckon.
I think that's about all we got for you this week.
It's not bad.
It's been a busy week, but not.
Yeah, when you think about like the last 2 weeks, and just, I mean, it will. I think the announcement side of things is sort of died down a little bit. I think there's always that rush at the November games getting released and stuff like that, and
just
now we're heading
time
into
for Christmas.
It always happens. It's
good.
Nuts, man.
I'm enjoying it. I do. I can't believe we're at episode 4. I feel like we're going to be doing this for a week again, but it's like episode 4. I think next week we want to touch on some NFT stuff. We're going to go into it a little bit this week, but as well versed as I am in all that sort of stuff, I do want to have like good explanations at hard facts. And I think sometimes if you get like, I can explain things, but it doesn't necessarily mean 1, it's right, or 2, it comes across. It will
make sense.
Yeah, I want to have good context for everybody, because I know, like as you said, there's been some people asking about it. So
I'm looking forward to it because I don't really know. Like I sort of get the
educational.
Podcast. I understand. I do understand the like the
basic premise of it all.
I do understand it. But I just I'm keen. Cool. I'm keen to see what you come up with.
It ties into gaming really, really well.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It'll be good. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching and listening wherever you may be listening or watching. Well, watching on YouTube. But we will see you next week. Thank you for all the support. I think the videos, man, I think you tweeted the other day, it's been humbling so far.
It has been. I like the DMs I'm getting lately. Thank you. It's been cool. It's been cool to be like, hey man, keep it up. It's been sick. Like, thank you. It's been great.
No, we really
having a lot of fun.
I love it. Made my week so much better last week. All right, guys, we'll see you next week.
Take care.
Bye.